Hello everybody, Grave84 back here with another video in Oxygen Not Included. We're back in the clone lab, as you can see, in cycle 11, which is just getting started. So let's go ahead and jump into this and get continued with our guide here to play Oxygen Not Included. So this is going to be for cycles 11 through 20. So let's go ahead and unpause the game. Now, when we left off, we had mealwood growing in a room that was too big, and we don't have the proper station. We have a small mess hall for our duplicants. We need to seal this room off for barracks. It needs a light source over here for this to become a laboratory. So we might look into that once we get it unlocked. So let's go to our research here. And what do we need next? Researching lights will give us the ability to bump our research up even faster. So let's go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and seal some of these rooms off. So we're going to go 1, 2, and a pneumatic door. And we're going to go 1, 2, and a pneumatic door. And what this is going to do is this is going to create a latrine, and I need to seal this off because this is still one big room on that side, so we're going to do that as well. Take that out. Okay. So now we have a ceiling light. So we'll put that there, and we'll draw some power to it. Meanwhile, our duplicates have been over here mining away in order to get all this out, because we are going to build ourselves a water storage tank. So some of the things that we're going to be focusing on in this video is increasing our food supply, sectioning off our water, and let me do some stuff here so they can keep digging. Working on oxygen production and excavation. So that way you have more room to do more things with. So we now have a barracks, we have a laboratory, and we have a latrine. All is going to boost morale, except for the laboratory. The laboratory gives us research, faster research. So we're just going to start racing through our research. And what I recommend usually is, since we have the supercomputer and the research station, you just start at the top here and pick a research and just go all the way down. Now you might stop and get certain things here and there as you need them, and we'll probably do that in this video. But in the grand scheme of things, we can get all of this researched up until we hit solid fuel combustion, past in introductory rocketry. So excavation is important, and so is water. So let's build ourselves a water tank while they're sleeping. So I want it to be 2 there. And we're going to go like this. We'll build a ladder here. Build a ladder over here. And we'll worry about decor here in a minute. Let's go ahead and dig all this out. to get all this water down here, because eventually we're going to have to put a pump probably right there, and we'll route it over to about here with a liquid vent. Okay. Now, continuing off the last video, remember your tricks. You can place pneumatic doors to make rooms and then go ahead and set them to open, and it'll save your duplicates a little bit of time running around. So we'll go ahead and do that. We've got plenty of food growing right now. The mealwood is consuming dirt at 10 kilograms a cycle, so let's make sure that we are keeping track of our dirt. We have 61 tons of it, so that's good. Other things that I like to keep track of: water and algae. So that way we know when we're getting low on those resources. Because algae is our life source right now for oxygen. So research is coming along quite well. Once this gets done, what we're going to do is we're going to do a specific research into tiles. Alright, I don't want to add any duplicates, but pip eggs are really nice, so we're going to go with that. Because eventually we can use those, and a trick from another video, which I'll probably put up here in the link to, where you can make natural tiles out of copper and have pips plant things. So that'll be really handy. Alright, they're at some downtime right now. We're still waiting on 2 more seeds for mealwood, which is good. Let's see, breathability, crops. Power use, trapped, battery. Yeah. Food and breathability is important. About the only important things we need to look at. Because one of the next things that we're going to do when I talk about food is we are going to make ourselves a kitchen. So let's go ahead and start looking at the requirements for that. You need a spice grinder, an electric grill or gas range, a refrigerator. It's got to be a minimum of 12 tiles and a maximum of 96. So let's go ahead and seal this room off. And this will tell us if we can stick it in here for now. And we'll do the same thing over here. We'll go ahead and create another room that we can use later on. Now, what I said before about racing through your research, it is handy, but it will slow the building of your base down quite a bit. So once, let's see, where am I at? I'm all the way up here. Once the spice grinder is complete here, which is actually one of the things we need to make our kitchen, we've got agriculture done, so we can put that and make our greenhouse room. We're going to come down here. We're going to research mesh tiles because we want those for our water tank. And then we're probably going to stop research for a little bit. So that way we can get some things built. And it's a balancing act that you have to do between how much you're researching versus how much um, building you're doing, especially early game, when you have a small number of duplicates. Okay, so harvesting is happening, which is good. Let's see, food, refrigerator, hydroponic farm, fertilizer synthesizer, park sign, farm station. This is what we want right there. Juicer, spice grinder. Okay. So food. I need a microbe musher. I need let's see, kitchen needs a spice grinder and an electric grill. So this will work as a kitchen for us. Okay. They've got some downtime. Like I said, we're going to research that mesh tile so we can use it over here. We'll go ahead and set up some power. Let's see, right now, the power draw isn't that high. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect these here. And the main thing we're going to be using is the microbe musher. The reason for that is there's a recipe for the microbe musher where you take mealwood or meal lice and turn it into a mush bar. So we're going to use that to our advantage. Let's see, what can we do with this other room here? Once they put the door in, we'll be able to kind of tell better. We could make a massage clinic. Yeah, that's about the biggest thing we could do, is make a massage clinic. Or we could transfer our mess hall over to here and turn this into a massage clinic. And that might be the better option. Alright, there's our mesh tiles. So we're going to go ahead and put these all the way across here. Ceiling collapse. Okay, right there. Now, it would be smart if they would actually do this from, you know, up here. But we'll see if they can actually learn. And I can already see a problem happening. We're going to cancel those for a minute so they've got a way to get back across. At least until they make the ground. Okay, we're going to dig all that up. We're going to dig all that up. Okay, they started the mesh tiles. So we're going to actually cancel or deconstruct 2 of them and use that to put in our pitcher pump. And right next to it, we'll put our bottle emptier. So yeah, like I said, right now we're just going to kind of roll along with the punches on this one and work on getting our water tank up and going and get our room switched around, and then we can kick back into our research. I also forgot we need a refrigerator. So we're going to add that in there as well. So this is about as compact as a kitchen you can make. You don't have to have the micro mesher, but it's nice for early game. You need an electric grill, a refrigerator, and a spice grinder. And that room is 32 tiles big. Okay, plumbing, get your pump, place that there. Okay, we've got our other room, and we'll put down the mess tables. 3, 4, 5, 6. That'll give us some more duplicates that we can use. So we use this as another mess hall. Okay, this is going to be for liquid. We'll wait to select water till we get this all sealed. Okay. So now that I got the floor here, I can get rid of all of this. Alright, and there's our pitcher pump. Okay, now we can start picking up some more duplicates. So there's another mess hall. And we officially have a greenhouse as well, which means our farm station can use farm station fertilizer to increase growth speed, but we need a crop tending skill. All right, let's see who we got here. Shabby dresser, noodle arms, but 11 husbandry. Okay, that's actually not bad. So I'm not personally a fan of narcoleptics. That's just my own play style. Tier 2 digging, 4 medicine, 3 strength isn't that bad. But yeah. And the larva eggs, I'm not prepared to take care of them right now, and I don't have a way of storing them. So we're going to take Gene. And remember, while you're playing, you don't necessarily have to take something from the printing pot. You can literally choose to not, just make everything go to goo and start over the next print cycle. Alright, research station. No industrial machinery. Okay, so we need to move these batteries over one. So we can fit a third battery in here, I think. Micro musher, lice loaf, put that on forever. That'll give us more calories. We need to make another bedroom because we've got more duplicates now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll dig all this out. We'll go tile, pneumatic door, furniture, cot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now that this ration box has nothing in it, I can go ahead and deconstruct it. And to help my duplicants out, I will put in... Where'd it go? A water cooler for them to hang out at. As you can see, our meal ice is slowly be turning into lice loaf. And what I'm going to do to ensure that we get that increased calorie count, because 5,100 calories at terrible 0 versus morale -1 at grizzly, I'm going to turn the meal ice off. So they will never eat meal ice again. It's always going to be the lice loaf. Alright, let's check our germs here. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Okay, priorities. Researching. Abe is going to be digging. This is something you can dive into, and I'll probably make a separate video about priorities and how you can use that to manipulate your duplicates tasks. Let's see, digging. Let's do that. Okay. Don't worry, Gene, we're working on getting you a bed as well. Alright, we're already into the 16th, the 17th cycle now. And as you can see, you know, certain projects are starting to take shape. We also need to run some power down here. So for the time being, this is not where I want this stuff, but we're going to put a couple batteries and a couple manual generators and run wires to all of it. Just to run this one little liquid pump. One, two, three, four, five. Build those. Alright, let's check on our skills here. Let's see. Cooking 2. Abe is hard digging. Amari is super hard digging. Field research. Devin's good. Gene. We need to do that to get to the critter ranching. Alright, so as they get their new hats here. Okay. So let's try to prioritize building by someone. Yeah. Camille doesn't necessarily have the best construction skill. Well, she does, out of everybody in the colony. So we'll just kind of let Camille tear through everything. And I'm not worried about that hatch because eventually it's going to drown. Okay, so we've got the basics of the flooring here. There's one more tile that needs to be taken care of. And as soon as it is, I'm going to turn on the bottle emptier. And as you can see, now that we have Lice Loaf, our calorie count has shot through the roof, and we're basically not going to have any food problems anymore. We're close to building those beds, though. And we've controlled our excavation enough that our oxygen levels are still going to be good. As soon as they build this door, all this CO2 is going to float all the way over and then come down here in the pit that we have it in. So we're doing good oxygen-wise. Still got 6 tons of algae. Yeah, there's plenty of it just laying around the base. And there's all this algae down here as well. So, and there's a huge patch right here. So we're good on oxygen for a while. There's nothing that needs to be highly prioritized. So right now we can just kind of relax and watch this base unfold, because we've got plenty of projects that that they need to be building, whether it's the beds, the power to run the pump, finishing out the water tank. We've already tackled our kitchen tasks, and we're not really doing a lot of excavating at the moment because we don't want to outpace our oxygen production. Even though we constantly get this message over here. We produced 292.5 kilograms of oxygen last cycle, and we consumed 293. So we're technically losing half a kilogram of oxygen per cycle. It's not that big a deal. Alright, pneumatic door is done, and we'll watch that oxygen get pushed in there and the CO2 has been pushed out. So that's good. Alright, and just like before, we're going to make another random room here. We don't really have a use for it at the moment, but we'll still take it. 11 machinery, interior deck, can't do building. Arbor acorn. This is a rare find, and we have pip eggs. So we're going to take that. That trumps everything here. Because that means we can start growing wood with pips. And by doing that, we can then get ethanol later on. So we're going to print that. That's huge that we got that. right. Yeah, they're still grumpy about the meals, but at least everybody has a barracks now. So that counteracts that morale drop. Well, what used to be a morale drop. Okay, so we check on our vitals here. Morale is great across the board. Everybody's full. Nobody's eaten much. They're all healthy and they've got no diseases. The only thing we have turned off right now is meal ice. Schedule's not something I'm going to get into in the series just yet. So, and then of course priorities is a later video. We've got skills, we've got research, and we have not unlocked the star map yet. Alright, here comes our water in our tank. Alright, let's check our power here. Consuming 240. So Amari's going to be on that hamster wheel for a while. Okay. And then while that's being done, we'll give him something else to work on. Power, wire. We'll run that there. We're going to put a massage table in here. Actually, we're going to cancel that. One thing that you can always do that I still forget even to this day is make sure you check on what material you're building out of. So sandstone, it's abundant, it's great. You can build everything. It gives it a 10% decor bonus. Take the time, build it out of granite. Granite massage table doesn't really seem like that it would feel that well, but I guarantee you your duplicates will appreciate the improvement. And we're just going to run this wire over here. Okay, now they got a water cooler that they can hang out in. Alright, open that door. We're going to drown ourselves a hatch. As you can see over here, this hatch is probably panicking right now, going, oh god, the water's rising. Off to the toilets to go. We really do, once we get this finished for regular water, we need to duplicate that, probably down over here, and make a polluted water version as well. Because I don't know if I want to do it underneath or release all this hydrogen and chlorine into the base. Alright, we're going to remove those so all the water will flow down evenly. Do the same thing there. That hatch is surviving. He's not happy, but he's surviving. Now, one thing you can do if you don't want your duplicates harvesting all of this mealwood right now, because we're actually pretty full with a lice loaf. You can go to your door and remove permissions to go through it. Just like that. So they can no longer go left, and if we'd had anybody in there, they would have been able to go right out the door and get back into the main base. So we'll just let that kind of do its thing for a little bit, because we've got plenty of food. Okay. Actually, let me give them access to that again, because we need to keep building. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's that. Let's see here. Kitchen, laboratory, miscellaneous room, mess hall, latrine. Okay. Somebody dropped some poo water. I wonder who that was. There we go. Don't ask me why that works. It's something I've never actually figured out, but if you've got two waters and the water level's low enough, you can actually mop up like the polluted water. Okay. Furniture. Put a couple of flower pots in here. Okay. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is going to be for polluted water. Mesh tile. This will give us our duplicate something to do, but I just noticed that is the end of cycle 20. Start of cycle 21, and we almost kept going. So that is going to be it for this video today. As you can see, somewhere at this point there's going to be a link to the series of these videos, starting with the beginning of how to get your base started. And we did get a fair amount done here. You know, we got the water, we talked about excavation and things like that, and what you can do with, you know, 5 duplicates and a little bit of time. But here's an overview of the base with the rooms, so that you kind of know what we've added on to. We made a kitchen today, we made a second barracks, we made a second mess hall, we activated our greenhouse, we activated the latrine for some morale bonuses, and we've got a massage clinic. So things are looking up. Of course, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed watching this, and of course, drop any comments down below. I love to see comments on these videos. Ask your questions, you know, say, hey, I'm on like cycle 15 and I keep dying and my duplicates are all dead. What can I do? And, you know, I can work through with responses on, you know, like what you're looking for, or you can just browse through these videos because that's what they're here for. So thank you guys again for watching. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your day. And until next time, my guardians, GG, and have a great night.